Hi, I'm Karina. Welcome back to my channel. This is Noah's Nursery. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I have little Miss Mabel here today. First of all, we would like to thank our new subscribers. And I'm going to get this out of the way now. I am making a separate video for this. But I have actually, it wasn't me. It was actually Tammy from My Reborn Nursery, it was my friend Tammy from over at My Reborn Nursery who let me know I hit 30 subscribers. I did not even know that. I don't even look, guys. My husband and Tammy apparently are looking, but I'm not. I look occasionally. And I do look when I reply to your comments. So, anyhow, today I have little Miss Mabel with me. It's Anything Monday, and so I thought we would do anything today. I do have Miss Mabel dressed in anything, but I really love this on her. This is the Just for One 3-month romper. It's like a maroonish color, and it's got like the flowers on it, and it's got little yellow gold flowers on it. And it's got a ruffle right here, and it's got the snaps. I kind of put this on her last night to see if it fit her. And it did. I was kind of in the nursery just fooling around last night. But it's long sleeved, and it's a little big up in here, but it fits. I have it with her white socks and her little gold sneakers with the pink bow. I like these sneakers, and they look really good on her, and they fit her really good. See, it's got the bow. Those sneakers have the bow, and they're Velcro, which I like the Velcro because it's easier to get on and off. I don't have to tie. My sneakers you have to tie, and I was tripping over my sneakers until I got new ones the other day. And one of them, she just threw one of them at Jeremiah. She doesn't like having shoes on, I don't think. She's like me, but I gotta have shoes on now all the time. So, my diabetic feet, you know, I gotta have my shoes on. So, and I actually have like really good sneakers now. I just got new sneakers actually on Friday when I went on my haul. Just to let you guys know, one of the stores we went to was Irving's Shoe Fly, which is the only store I can get my shoes from now because they sell special diabetic shoes. And I got 2 new pair of shoes. I got these New Balance sneakers, which are really nice. They are so comfortable. As a matter of fact, Saturday morning, I ended up running around with Jeremiah. You see my sneakers? I hope you guys can see them. I really like them, and I'm not tripping over the laces anymore. Yay! But this is what I have little Miss Mabel in today. Oh, it's got the ruffle all around and then buttons up here. It's a little big up in here, but now I think it fits her pretty well, and it's got the elastic around here. But notice what I have in her hair? Thank you, Tammy, from Auntie Tammy. I think this looks so good with this. When I was in there dressing her, I remembered I had this, and I was like, I looked in the thing, and this fits her head so good. I really like this one. The little bow for her hair looks really good. So, thank you, Auntie Tammy. Mabel says, thank you, Auntie Tammy. Now, tomorrow, I will have maybe just 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them. I haven't decided if I'm using all 3 of them yet tomorrow for what I'm doing. But today, Mabel and I wanted to have a talk with you. She's going to sit on my lap while I talk, if that's okay with you guys. Let's see, I'm going to move this here so that everybody can see Mabel and me. The only thing about this iPad is it's not easy. But anyway, I'm going to read a story from Mark. Actually, it's verses. It's Mark 20 through 29, actually. And I'm doing this because I want to talk to you guys a little bit about something. And they brought him unto him, and when he saw Straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, How long is this ago since this came unto him? And he said, Of a child. Now this is the King James Version, guys, so this is not how we talk today, but this is when Jesus cast out a demon on a little boy. He did this. And he's, how long? Okay. And oft times it has cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Jesus said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out, and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief. When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked this foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more unto him. And the spirit cried, and rent him sore, and came out of him, and he was as one dead, so much that many said, He is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he rose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, Why could not we cast him out? And he said unto them, This kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. I'm saying that because I had to control one of my altars while I was out this weekend. We went to Target, and I had an incident happen that Mama wasn't too thrilled with. She wanted to come out, and I was like, no, you can't come out. But it's only because I believe that the Lord's helping me. I believe that anything is possible. And when I left the first counseling center I was in, because they couldn't handle DID, and I was alone, and I said, okay, Lord, there's no hope for me. I'm going to get triggered, and Mama is going to send one of them out, or she's going to come out. And I think it's appropriate I have Mabel with me today. Sorry, guys. I think it's really appropriate I have Miss Mabel with me today. If you are new, Mabel is actually the name, Mabel Faith is actually the name of my 5-year-old altar, my child in my head. If you watch some of my earlier videos, you'll find out why I have them. But I was abused as a child, and I was sexually abused in a Christian school. And then they physically and mentally and spiritually abused me. But while I was being raped the first time, my mind went into different parts. And I ended up having a mama altar who is very controlling. Because she's the gatekeeper, she's going to be the controller. Then I have Sally. Sally grew up with me, which is kind of odd. But she took the abuse for me. She was my protector. And then there was Mabel, who comes out when I'm fear, she'll come out. Little Miss Mabel, I should have brushed your hair this morning. But I am learning to control them. They don't control me anymore. For years they controlled me, and I did not know. When you have what I have, which is called DID, which is called Dissociation Identity Disorder, you don't know you have it. We actually found out when the counselor at my first counselor at the first center, at the center I went to first, she actually, I had a conversation apparently with my mother. My mother would not talk to me for 2 weeks as a result of this conversation. I do not remember having the conversation. The conversation was actually Mama who had it. She basically told my mom off, and I don't remember doing that. She blamed my mom for everything in my life. And it was one of those things that we started exploring what was going on. Why did I tell my mother off? So I'm kind of giving you guys background for those of you who are new. And I was discharged because they couldn't handle the DID. And they couldn't handle the fact that I was being triggered and, well, you're a counseling center, But I just, whatever. I was triggered over something else, and it was something pretty bad. Somebody had admitted to being, she was committing a crime, basically. Well, not basically, she was committing a crime. And it bothered me, and of course they didn't like that I wanted to report her because she was committing a crime. It's pretty bad when you stand and you admit to committing a crime. And I just couldn't, the 3 people inside my head were bothered by it. Particularly Mabel, because she doesn't like it when people do bad things. Neither do I. But to make a long story short, to shorten it a little bit, I told the Lord, I said, they discharged me. They kicked me out. I'm hopeless. That's when he said, no, you're not. He said, now since they're out of the way, it's my turn. I said, okay, Lord. Right after he said that, everything shut down. Everything. This was in March of 2020. In August of 2020, less than 3 weeks after we got this little guy over here, after we got my little baby Jeremiah. Say hi, Jeremiah. He doesn't want to say hi. Jeremiah and I have been having a little bit of issues, guys. He's been very jealous. And he ain't too happy with me right now. He was snuggling to me when I decided to tape this. But I went to see, I saw a story on the 700 Club. The Lord said it's time. So I started calling around, and I found the guy who's now my therapist. And that's who God said, this is it. This is the guy this is the one. And he's really good, guys. My therapist is really good. He was at the time a pastor at a church in our area. Well, kind of in our area, like a little further south of here. But he had an office up here in York too. But I ended up starting to go to him, and now I have not been put in a mental institution. They have not put me on medication. All we've done is use the word of God and trusted the Lord. And I'm not healed. By any means am I ever going to get rid of these people. Eventually. I can't say ever, because that would mean that I don't believe that God can do it. But as of right now, I can control them. And, I mean, we had an incident where I almost had to... Mama almost came out. You don't mess with Mama. Mama Bev, you don't mess with Mama Bev. She's the altar you don't want to meet. Mabel's the fun one. Sally, she can be the fun one too, I think. But Mama, you mess with me, you mess with her. That's our whole thing. That's her whole thing anyway. And I have to trigger, and when I get triggered, I have to watch my triggers very closely. But I did this passage today because I thought, I was triggered, and I need to tell them, this is supposed to be a journey through my DID, not just my dolls and I, not just my babies and I, but I am going to have some fun with them tomorrow, with all three of them, actually. I think I know tomorrow is Twinning Toddler Tuesday, but Mabel is younger than Mariah, but I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do there. But I thought I'd share that with you, and the fact that I didn't let Mama come out, that I can do that now. I can do that right now. And it's all because of the Lord. He's there helping me so that I know that I'm very conscious of what happens. I mean, there are some times that I do lose time when your altars come out and you have DID and your altars come out, you lose time. You disassociate that time. And sometimes there are different forms of DID. I have the altar form, but I also have the form where my mind will disassociate things. Like my husband will say something to me and it'll go right over my head. But for me, it going over my head isn't it just going over my head. My mind disassociated it for some reason. Either I was annoyed at him or there's something there that makes it so I don't get it. And it just I had to share that with you guys. I thought today would be a good day to share that. That, you know what, nothing is impossible. That to him who believes, everything is possible. And the fact that I controlled Mama in an environment that was, our target was such a madhouse. And I controlled Mama in that environment without her coming out. I took control of the situation. There was an incident that we had back in March. I'm not going to give all the details, but I will say that Mama wanted to come out. Had Mama come out, it would not have been good for the person who she was mad at. And I knew that because she was angry and she wanted to come out in that fit of anger. And I said, no, Mama, you're not coming out. I said, you're going to let me deal with this. I took control of the situation. I did exactly what I had to do. But it wouldn't have been possible. God gave me these altars. I believe, and my therapist and I both believe this, that God gave me these altars to protect me. And I now can control them instead of them control me. And I started this vlog. I started doing this channel, not just because I love my dolls at this point, but my first doll was actually considered, and I don't know if you all have seen Hannah, the ones that are new, but the ones that are coming back, the ones that follow me and watch my videos all the time know who Hannah is. Hannah is actually my therapy doll. She is actually reconnecting me to my childhood. And Mabel, she's starting to. I have 2 dolls now that are connecting me to my childhood. Mabel is actually helping me with the DID part of it. She is actually... Mabel's having fun with Mabel. And I'm letting her have fun with Mabel. Because I just think Mabel is just so beautiful. And I would imagine this is what Mabel would look like. I know she's a child. Mabel is the child inside my head, so she's 5. I know she's like maybe about 3 months old. I know this Mabel is about 3 months old, but I would imagine. I've got to pull up your sleeve, sweetheart. But if you're watching this, and you know, my prayer is that somebody is watching this that has DID, that I can encourage you, or that has a mental illness of any kind, because we don't have to live the way that the world says we have to live. We don't have to live that way, because Jesus doesn't want us to. He wants us to believe that everything is possible. I never thought that I'd be able to control. I mean, you get triggered. That's it. I mean, you get triggered, they snap and they come out. Your gatekeeper, mine is just Mama. Mine is Mama Bev. She gets snapped. She will send either Sally or Mabel out, depending on the situation. And then, or she would come out. And I only remember vaguely the conversation with my mom. I remember she asked how I was feeling. And, well, tell me how you feel, she said. Well, my family has never listened to, they don't care how I feel. So I stopped telling them. I don't talk to my sisters anyway. But I stopped telling, I stopped telling everybody how I feel, and I just take their crap. I just take it from them. But I just take it. Because in the end, what they do to me on earth, they're going to answer for. And they're going to answer for everything they do. But so am I. And it's my reaction to their action, but that's a different video. But if you have DID or any mental illness, just know that Jesus can do anything. If he can give me the ability to control the 3 people inside my head, he can heal. I mean, I see him heal. I mean, I never thought I'd be doing the things I'm doing now, but I am. I never thought my blood sugar would be down to where I'm battling low blood sugar at this point. But this morning I had peanut butter crackers and I brought it up. My blood sugar when I got up was 71 this morning, which is not good. I had my peanut butter crackers though. I do go to the doctor's tonight, just to let you all know. I will give you an update tomorrow, a quick update on what he says. I may even film while I'm there and let you guys in on my doctor's appointment. We'll see. I don't know if he's going to want me to do that, though. But, I just thought I'd share that I had to control Mama while I was out the other day. And that it was all because it's not impossible. If you have, if you have DID and you know you do, here's an encouraging word. Here's what God wants you to get. That it's not impossible to control them. We can control them when we get triggered. We just have to let go and let Jesus do it. He wants me to lean on him more than my altars. And that's what I did. I took control of the situation. But it wasn't really me taking control of the situation either. It was the Lord. He didn't like the way that person was treating me. So it was all over the fact that the cashier was putting cleaning stuff in with apple cider vinegar gummies and things that, well, I was using on my body. And if those things, if a cleaning supply leaks, it kind of like makes a mess of everything. And I really didn't want to waste all that money. I mean, I was already spending a lot of money. I mean, $40 is a lot of money to spend on stuff and then like have it all ruined. And I needed my apple cider vinegar gummies. So, you know, it was the cashier and the way he just treated me after that. He didn't even tell me how much it was. I had to look at the receipt. So, you know, I kind of took control of the situation. I know Mama wasn't happy. I can tell you Mama wasn't happy. She never is in situations like that. But what was the impossible before? What we see as impossible, us that have DID see, well, you know, she was triggered. That's impossible to not have her come out. She didn't come out because Jesus did the impossible for me. And I just want to encourage you guys that whatever it is, just believe. Whether it's healing or it's financial or anything. I mean, a job, whatever. Problems on your job. I know my husband has problems on his job. Today he's the only one there. He's the only one in his department. Which I can see them making them work on Friday now. For those of you who are new, my husband works 4 10-hour days. And they're supposed to have Fridays off, which doesn't always work that way. But anyhow, to get back to this, let me just encourage you guys, just believe. Because nothing is impossible if you believe that Jesus can do it. Nothing. I just thought I'd come on and encourage you, and I thought I was going to use Mabel today anyway because I fell in love with this outfit when I put it on her. And I just had to have you guys see this outfit on her one more time. But say bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Say bye. We'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. And stay safe, guys. Bye.